Morning, Commissioners, the agenda room.
Good morning, Judge DePel.
There we are.
It feels like there's always just
Good morning. Can you hear me? Commissioner Holzman.
Yeah, we can hear you. Good morning.
Everyone. See your pretty one this here. She is so pretty. Well, yeah, you got real lucky, didn't you?
I did.
But you a fine looking man yourself.
Good morning. Can you hear me? Commissioner Holzman.
Yeah, we can hear you. Good morning.
Good morning. I was in a meeting. Yeah, you got real lucky, didn't you? I did. But you a fine looking man.
Can you hear me?
On the line.
Yeah, we can hear you. Good morning.
Morning. And somebody came in behind us and said,
You need to mute and the replay.
Brian, can you hear us?
We got it.
Yep.
Thank you.
I always look on the wall. It's right behind me.
Yeah.
But I've got one right here in front of me.
Yeah, Doherty would have been termed out in the early, when would Doherty have been done? 208 or 10?
No, before that, because I was termed in 08. Went out in
Six?
04 or 06.
He must have been 6 because I knew him as a senator.
Okay,
So
yeah.
must have been 6.
Jeff Smith started in 06 and he
Okay.
took Doherty's seat.
Okay.
So, yeah, he was turned out. You know. Mm-hmm. He was a state rep for many years. Did a lot of stuff with children and lead poisoning and a lot of social service type stuff. Yeah, and he left him to the Catholic Archdiocese. I worked for them for many years before he retired. Then he and his wife built a beautiful home on a bluff overlooking the Mississippi down in the South County area.
Nice.
So enjoying retirement.
Yeah.
I didn't realize
Morning.
that
Good morning, everybody.
Morning, Mr. Chairman.
Great to see everyone. It is now 10:15, so it is time to start the weekly agenda meeting for the Missouri Public Service Commission. Before we start, I want to remind everybody to mute their phones or themselves on the WebEx so that other people can hear unless you need to speak. And it looks like today we got 6 tariffs and new orders and 1 case discussion. But before we dive into that, we need to approve the minutes from the November 16th agenda meeting. I know those were sent out in advance and everyone's had a chance to look at those. Is there any changes or corrections to those minutes? All right, hearing none, we'll go ahead and make motion to approve the minutes from the November 16th, 2023 agenda. All those in favor, please say aye. Aye.
Aye.
And those minutes are approved 5-0. We also need to approve the closed minutes from the November 16th, 2023 agenda. Is there any changes or corrections to those closed minutes? All right, hearing none, we'll make the motion, go ahead and approve the closed minutes from the November 16th, 2023 closed agenda session. All those in favor, please say aye.
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 That is approved by a vote of 5-0. And I'm also going to pull the case discussion on file number EC 2023-0433. That does bring us to just having one case discussion today. So diving right into the tariffs and new orders, the first up is file number WR 2023-0006. This is in the matter of the Confluence River Utility Operating Company's request for authority to implement a general rate increase for water service and sewer service provided in its Missouri service areas. So back on October 25th, the commission issued its report and order to implement a general rate increase for the water and sewer service. On November 3rd, the Office of Public Counsel filed a timely application for rehearing. In the judgment of this commission, the application for rehearing does not demonstrate sufficient reason to rehear the matter. So therefore, this order will deny the application for rehearing. And I would recommend we approve that order version number 1. Commissioner Coleman.
I support the order.
And Commissioner Holzman.
I'm in support of the order.
Commissioner Kolkmeyer.
I'm in support of the order.
And Commissioner Hahn.
Also in support.
Great. All those in favor of supporting that order, version number 1, please say aye.
Aye.
And that is approved by a vote of 5-0. Next up is file number EA 2023-0286. This is in the matter of the application of Union Electric Company, DBA Ameren, Missouri, for permission and approval and certificates of public convenience and necessity, authorizing it to construct renewable generation facilities. On October 19th, the staff of the commission filed a motion for a local public hearing. Staff request a local public hearing based on the comment posted on the commission's website by Brock Bailey, a county commissioner for Pike County, Missouri, which is the location of one of the 4 solar generation facilities for which Ameren, Missouri seeks a certificate of convenience and necessity. On October 30th, Ameren filed its response in opposition to staff's motion for a local public hearing, noting that per an order issued by the commission on June 21st, the Pike County Commission received notice of Ameren, Missouri's application and the opportunity to intervene in the case by a July 12th deadline. The commission finds that Ameren, Missouri's arguments are compelling, and therefore this order will deny staff's motion. However, the commission notes that anyone may submit public comments regarding Ameren, Missouri's CCN application via the commission's website. And I would recommend we approve this order version number 1. Commissioner Coleman.
I support the order.
Commissioner Holzman.
I'm in support of the order.
And Commissioner Kolkmeyer.
I'm in support.
And Commissioner Hahn.
Thank you, Mr. Chair. In this case, staff requested a local public hearing to hear concerns raised regarding the solar installation in only one of the 4 counties at issue in the CCN case. In most other similar circumstances, I would also be in the majority in denying their request. But at this point on this case and other cases, one of the sentiments that I feel like I hear is that people want to feel heard, and they want the commission to hear those concerns. For this very simple reason, I would support having at least one local public hearing in this case to hear those concerns and to give the company a chance to address any concerns. So I will not be supporting the order today. Thank you, Mr. Chair.
Great. Thank you, Commissioner. Okay, all those in favor of supporting that order, please say aye.
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 All those opposed?
Aye.
And that is approved by a vote of 4-1 on version number 1. And next up, we have file number EC 2023-0395. That is Brett Felber, complainant, versus Union Electric Company, DBA Ameren, Missouri, respondent. So Mr. Brett Felber filed a formal complaint with the commission against Ameren, Missouri on May 23rd. Mr. Felber alleges that Ameren, Missouri failed to follow protocols when it discontinued service to his address, and that it inaccurately billed his account for service, and that Ameren, Missouri customer service mistreated him, and that it impersonated a government entity in its caller ID displayed on Mr. Felber's cell phone. Mr. Felmer frames his service disconnection as a series of violations by Ameren, Missouri, leading to an unlawful disconnection of his service. However, the history of Mr. Felber's account leading to that disconnection tells a more complete story. Mr. Felber managed to accrue a past due amount for electricity that he used and that benefited him and his family. Mr. Felber employed a variety of strategies to avoid payment of his past due amount. Mr. Felber followed a pattern that when facing the imminent disconnection of electric service, he would contact Ameren, Missouri to establish a payment agreement, an extension, or to lodge a complaint or dispute with Ameren, Missouri to secure additional time. He repeatedly set up pending payment agreements and repeatedly failed to pay the required amount to activate those payment agreements. Mr. Felber has failed to meet his burden of proof as to most of his allegations. The commission does find that Ameren, Missouri failed to provide text messages within the 2 to 9 days required in its variance approved stipulation and agreement. The commission will direct Ameren, Missouri to review its notice language and procedures and explain the results of that review to staff during its next general rate case proceeding. However, the commission found that Mr. Felber received actual notice by several different methods prior to his disconnection, and he was aware that the disconnection was imminent. Therefore, the commission finds that Ameren, Missouri's violation caused no harm in this instance and does not require that Ameren, Missouri reconnect electricity to the Florissant residents without payment. Therefore, this order will deny Mr. Felber's complaint, and I would recommend we approve this order, version number 3. Commissioner Coleman.
I support the order.
Commissioner Holzman.
I'm in support of the order.
Commissioner Kolkmeyer.
I support the order.
And Commissioner Hahn.
Also in support.
Great. All those in favor of supporting that order, version number 3, please say aye.
Aye.
That is approved by a vote of 5-0. Next up is file number EW-2021-0267. This is the matter of the establishment of a working case regarding FERC order number 2222, or better known as 2222, regarding the participation of distributed energy resource aggregators in markets operated by regional transmission organizations and independent system operators. On October 12th, the commission issued its order partially modifying the commission's 2010 order regarding ARCs. That order has an effective date of December 11th. On November 7th, Evergy filed a motion for clarification. The commission directed responses to that motion be filed no later than November 27th. So that the commission may have time to consider the motion and the responses before the October 12th order becomes effective, the commission via this order will extend the effective date to January 1st of 2024. And I would recommend we approve that order, version number 1. Commissioner Coleman.
I support the order.
Commissioner Holzman.
I'm in support of the order.
Commissioner Kolkmeyer.
I support the order.
Commissioner Hahn.
Thank you, Mr. Chair. I will also be supporting the order, and I hope that we can find a way to address those questions by Evergy, C-Power, and Voltus by the effective date of this order. Thank you, Mr. Chair.
Great. Thank you very much. Great. All those in favor of supporting that order, version number 1, please say aye.
Aye.
That is approved by a vote of 5-0. Next up is file number EO 2022-0040 and EO 2022-0193. This is the matter of the petition of the Empire District Electric Company, DBA Liberty, to obtain a financing order that authorizes the issuance of securitized utility tariff bonds for qualified extraordinary costs and the energy transition costs related to the Asbury plant. On November 17th, Liberty filed a motion requesting an order nunc pro tunc to correct an internal inconsistency in the commission's amended report and order in this case. And out of my 9 years here on this commission, I've never seen a nunc pro tunc, or if I'm even might not be pronouncing that right. So
What was that again, Mr. Chairman?
Yeah, I'll let the judge answer that question because I probably am pronouncing it incorrectly. So I had to look up what that even was. I was like, that's an interesting one. So on the ordered paragraph in the amended report and order, it is not consistent with the commission's finding of fact in number 222 regarding how partial payments are addressed. So therefore, page 126 of the ordered paragraph 9 of the amended report and order is hereby corrected and stated within this order. So that should clarify our error, and I recommend that we approve this order version number 3. Commissioner Coleman.
I support the order.
Commissioner Holzman.
Thank you, Mr. Chairman. I also support the order and also want to tell you that I had to look it up as well and ask Christy what it meant. And for everybody who may not know, it's a minimus change to a regulatory order that can be done without, much substantive content change. So that's what I was told, and I support the order.
Excellent. Well, thank you. See, everybody's learning something today. And Commissioner Kolkmeyer.
Yes, Mark and I discussed what that was as well. So yes, I will support this order.
And Commissioner Hahn.
Also in support.
Excellent. Well, everyone seems like they're in support of that de minimis change. Thank you, Commissioner Holzman. So all those in favor of supporting that order version number 3, please say aye.
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 That is approved by a vote of 5-0.
For the record, when Charlene first sent me the email regarding this order, and I read the email, I thought, she rarely misspells words like this. She just misspelled 3 in a row. So,
Hey, if you're gonna fail, you fail big, right? 3 in a row. So
yeah, it threw a ringer in it for me also.
man, we're all brushing up on our Latin here. So all right, moving on, we got file number GS 2022-0047. This is the matter of an investigation at Spire, Missouri, Inc. Their compliance with the commission's rules regarding natural gas safety found at 20 CSR 4240-40.030 of the Missouri statutes. So on September 1st, the commission directed its staff to investigate Spire's compliance with the commission's gas safety rules related to mechanical joining qualifications of its employees. On the 15th of November, after a thorough investigation and numerous status reports, staff filed its investigative report. Spire made an initial response requesting until January 19th to file a complete response to staff's report and recommendations. Spire indicates that staff does not object to its request. So the commission finds this request is reasonable. Therefore, and this order does direct Spire to file a response to staff's investigation report and recommendations no later than January 19th of 2024. And I would recommend that we approve this order, version number 1. Commissioner Coleman.
I support the order.
Commissioner Holzman.
I'm in support of the order.
Commissioner Kolkmeyer.
I support the order.
And Commissioner Hahn.
Also in support.
Great. All those in favor of supporting that order, version number 1, please say aye.
Aye.
Excellent. That is approved by a vote of 5-0. All right, moving on into case discussion. Looks like Judge Clark, we got file number WC 2022-0295. Staff of the Missouri Public Service Commission complainant versus I-70 Mobile City, Inc., DBA I-70 Mobile City Park respondent.
Thank you, Chairman. Good morning, Commissioners. This is the pre-hearing memo for that case that occurs next week. It's going to be on Wednesday, and then on Friday, it will not be on Thursday. This is the pre-hearing memo for this case. There are 7 issues for the Commission's determination in this case, with kind of the overarching issue being whether this entity is providing services such that it should be regulated by the Commission as a public utility. I provided the relevant statutes and some of the surrounding case law for your perusal in regard to that, and I'm available to answer any questions.
Thank you, Judge. Commissioners, does anyone have any questions for the judge? All right. Well-written pre-hearing memo. There's no questions.
Thank you, Commission.
Thank you.
All right. Then we'll just head right on into scheduling. Reminder that we did pull the file EC 2023-0433. So we'll head right on into scheduling. We have an evidentiary hearing. The Judge Clark just mentioned in WC 2022-0295 that starts on Wednesday, December 6th, and also on the 8th, and that is at 9 a.m. in room 310. Then on Thursday, the 7th of December, we will have our agenda meeting at 10:15 a.m. Tuesday, December 12th, we have an evidentiary hearing in case TO-2023-0436 in the matter of an investigation of Aristotle Unified Communications LLC related to the Connect America Fund Phase 2 auction. And that will be in room 310, Commission Headquarters at 9 a.m. on Tuesday, the 12th. Wednesday, the 13th, we have our agenda meeting at 10:15 a.m., followed by a USB meeting, which will happen directly following adjournment of our agenda meeting. Then on Monday, the 18th of December, we have an evidentiary hearing in file WC 2023-0142, Michelle A. Goad, complainant versus Missouri American Water Company, respondent. And that will be at room 310, Commission's headquarters at 9 a.m. on the 18th of December. Thursday, the 21st, we have agenda at 10:15 a.m. And that will get us through the next several weeks of scheduling. Commissioners, is there anything that you need to address or anything for the good of the order or any changes to the scheduling? All right. Well, thank you everyone for your time and attention today. And seeing no further business before the Public Service Commission, we will adjourn our weekly agenda meeting. Thank you, guys.
Thank you, Mr. Chairman.
Have a great day.
Sure, then that's all.